FM 96.3 Waupaca Radio Community Conversation. I'm Wayne here with the city administrator of Waupaca, the man who never has a hair out of place, Mr. Aaron Jensen. Welcome back.
Thank you, Wayne. Good to be back.
Let's have another powwow.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk census.
Sense? I don't have any sense.
Yeah, I don't have that much either, but
2020 census.
We can talk. Yeah, absolutely.
2020 U.S. Census. The census actually, as we know it today, I looked this up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this stuff in the back of my head. Believe it or not, the Census Bureau started back in 1902. But they were actually taking censuses in 1740 or something. U.S. Marshals used to do the census.
Really? Interesting. That's a cool little fun fact.
Little history for you.
Yeah, very cool.
So, how would you like to start?
Well, I want to start by promoting why the census is important. And for those who don't know, they should be receiving something in the mail.
Dollars and cents.
Dollars and cents. That is why the primary reason that's important. But just to kind of even step back from that a little bit, people should be receiving something in their mailbox, physical mailbox, sometime in mid-March. I think they say anywhere from March 11th to the 20th. And they'll be getting that first instruction on how to fill out their information. The thing that has changed this year is that in the past, it's all been written, paper, pencil, pen, whatever you want to say. It is now all online, at least that first section. So if it's going to go a couple months, and if you haven't filled it out online, then you'll get an option to do it in a paper form. And we'll get into that a little later. But the reason that the census is important when you get that mailing in mid-March is that there are dollars attached that come to our area from the federal government based off of how many people are counted. So if we actually, Wisconsin has about an 80, or at least at the last census, had about an 82% count rate, which when you think about it, that's a lot of people being missed.
Yeah,
right?
that's, well, almost, 1/5.
Yeah. So, yeah, almost 1 in every 5 people are missed. But Wisconsin leads the way in the country when it comes to rate of return on those censuses.
Maybe you can explain this. You get the census in the mail,
mm-hmm.
and you send it in, but then you still have somebody come around and knock on your door.
Well, so you'll get the instructions in the mail on how to go online and fill out your information.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry.
And you may not get anyone knocking on your door if you've gotten it in. So people will come and knock on your door if it's gone a month and a half or 2 and they haven't received something from you. If that's the case, then they'll get a knock on the door. Someone will encourage you to say, "Hey, can we help you make sure that this gets in? What's the reason it isn't? How can we make sure that it does?" So to avoid that person at your door, I would suggest getting something in as soon as you can, mid-March to mid-April. So
now I have a little experience with the census.
I know you were telling me about it the other day. Let's hear about it.
I was part of the 2010 census, actually in Nevada.
Okay.
I was living in Las Vegas. And basically all you're doing is asking the person how many people live there. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really simple. You have to be a people person and have common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great job.
Mm-hmm.
They pay very well. I will say that safety is the number one thing of the census.
Mm-hmm.
So they totally promote safety, great training. So if you're looking for some extra cash, I would recommend it as a job.
Yeah.
Now the other thing that's cool, it's kind of like a Gamblers Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous. You're not there to look for illegal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I knocked on a door, and a bunch of guys are watching a ball game, whether it was football or basketball, and you got my little government badge.
Mm-hmm.
big bong in the middle of the table, and the guy's like, I'm not here for that, dude. I don't care. Don't worry about it. How many people live here?
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, if I found a dead body or something, I would find a way to report that. But
sure,
you know what I mean.
Yes, I do. And actually, that's a good segue to we are short, or not we, but the census is short on workers right now. So they're looking for anyone who's willing to help work and knock on those doors, or even help in a different way. And like you said before, the pay is pretty good. So it's $17 an hour in our area right now.
That's great.
It is great. And if you're interested in doing that, you can go online at 2020census.gov. Also, there is a large button on City of Waupaca's not Facebook page, but our website. Josh, our IT guy, put up a great little graphic. Just click on that graphic.
Who's this Josh guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I see him around once in a while. So go to cityofwaupaca.org. You'll see a big button on the 2020 census. You'll see all about why the census is important, how you can help if you want to. If you want to apply for a job, it'll take you through all those instructions on how to do that. So I would definitely encourage, if you have any questions or just looking for more information, go to our website and then link onto the census website through there. And then the other thing I want to talk about, Wayne, a little bit is what we're doing in the city to help people who maybe don't have computers or don't have access to the internet, so on and so forth, or maybe just need a little help.
That was coming next, because my folks don't have a computer.
Yeah.
By choice.
Right.
They just don't want to be in that
arena.
Yeah,
that's fair. And there's others like that, and we know that. So So our library and our rec center have decided to provide some help for people in that same exact scenario. Our library is providing 2 private rooms come mid-March, where people can come in and if they don't have internet, don't have a computer, hey, can I use one of the rooms? I'm here to fill up my census information, and they can go in and do it there. They can also do it just on any of the computers at the library. Just know that there are people walking by, and if they're not comfortable with people looking over their shoulder, just ask to be in one of those other rooms.
Okay. Is there going to be somebody to assist people that don't even know how to turn on a computer?
Well, a library staff will certainly be able to help, get things up and running. And then if there's questions about actually filling out your census, the rec center is going to be holding some classes on Wednesdays, 2 Wednesdays a month, and more information can be found at our city website on that as well.
And I'm sure we'll have that covered right here on Waupaca Radio, FM 96.3.
That's right. So they're going to have staff available in the computer lab at the senior center. So if anybody needs assistance or actually wants physical help, hey, can you help me through this type thing? There will just be a staff member walking around the computer lab, and it'll be an informal, hey, raise your hand if you need help. We're here to assist you. And that'll be 2 Wednesdays a month in April, May, and June. So 6 total sessions.
Okay. I want to go back to the employment part, and I will tell people kind of what to not expect, but you can make this last more than a month. Because I just happened to see my resume the other day, and I was like, wow, I worked for the census for over a year. And what happens is, obviously, you do your metropolitan areas first, and then it spreads out. Okay? Well, as you spread out from the city, the employment pool gets smaller. But if you're good at what you do, they keep calling you back for the next area and the next area and the next area. So I worked for 13 months with the census.
Wow. Yeah. See, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that was a possibility. Actually, my assumption was that, it'd be a March to June.
Yeah, you think
July
it's like a Christmas thing?
Yeah.
The candy factory or whatever needs help sending stuff out for 2 months.
Yep.
Right around Christmas. No. It can go much longer.
Interesting.
So, and you can make your own hours. Yeah. Well, you can't knock on a door at 1 a.m. or I wouldn't suggest doing that.
Sure. Yeah.
But if you go, I can't work Mondays, but I can work Fridays, or it's really lenient that way.
Pretty flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, that's good to know. And you know more about the actually being employed by the census and what that opportunity looks like. So that's good that you're sharing that. That's not something I've done, and I've heard it's a pretty good opportunity, and it sounds like you enjoyed it.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason I'm not looking into it here is I'm not from this. Yeah, I've been here for quite a few seasons, but I know that there's several people out there that could tell you exactly how many houses are between here and Scandinavia on 49.
Mm-hmm.
They know every back road, every side road, every nook and cranny, and
Yeah.
So
Right.
God bless.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, there are a lot of those.
In Vegas, you'd park your car,
Yep.
and then you just walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk, and
So if
here
you're
it's
counting
more,
steps, like I know our city employees have a pedometer now on our wellness program. If you're counting steps, it's a great job.
That's why I'm not counting. Still,
Yeah.
I put so many in back then. I'm good.
There's a lifetime worth of steps.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So I guess just to kind of follow up on what we're here to promote, it's just that when you get that thing in the mail, make sure you take it and you take some action on it right away, because our local governments, our areas are directly impacted by the amount of people who fill that out online, or if it gets to the point in a couple months, who eventually fill it out on paper.
Bottom line is it helps the community because it generates dollars.
Absolutely.
that stay right here in this community.
Correct.
And if you're not counted, those dollars don't come in.
They don't come in. And we only get it every 10 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the next, if we screw it up and we have a low rate, we have till 2030 to live with it.
You got to wait another decade before you can correct it.
Right.
So, yes, please. It only takes a couple minutes, and it's not to dwell into your private life or anything like that. It's like government interference.
Right.
It's strictly how many people are here, and
absolutely,
that's pretty much it.
It's important. Yeah, like you just mentioned too, information is only used for that, and that's all talked about on the census website as well. I mean,
it's kept private. It's not like they sell. It doesn't get sold to some insurance company or advertising company or anything. It is strictly to determine where people live and where the dollars need to go.
Correct. And if I can kind of just put a cap on it, it's just, if you have any questions, if anyone has any questions and they, if they don't have a computer to go to the website to look up information, just call City Hall. We'd be happy to help walk you through it or direct you through it. Just call, say you have census questions. We'll help get you the information you need.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, Wayne.
Until next month, my friend, have a good one.
Yeah, you as well.
And we will see you soon.
All right.
For Waupaca Radio, Aaron Jensen over there. I'm Wayne, FM 96.3.